This is the first of 3 videos on how technologies can be strategically used to build peace. From our review of how technology is used for peace building across the world, we have identified 3 key functions: data management, strategic communications, and dialogue and networking. In this video, we are focusing on data management. We will be looking at how technology can be used to gather, analyze, and visualize information in ways that can support you to achieve your strategic aims of building peace. There are 3 main things that data technologies can do to support our peace-building work. First, data technologies can help us access new or different information and do this faster than we could before. This can help to include more information from more people in a context assessment or in an early warning system, and it can help us to do this in less time so that any peace-building response can come sooner. Second, data technologies can help us analyze information in new ways and do this faster than we could before. Many analysis softwares are now available for free or for cheap, and they can help us to connect information in new ways that help us to see patterns more easily, so that the information can actually inform what we decide to do. And third, data technologies can help us to visualize information in new ways. Many of these visualizations are key to communicating with more people the insights we are delivering from the information. One of the main things we have seen is that data technologies make it possible for people who do not have an education in statistics or in other research techniques to participate in analyzing information and coming to conclusions. This means that research becomes more inclusive, more locally owned, which opens up opportunities for dialogue. So maybe this is sounding too abstract. Let's look at 3 examples of how peace builders are using data technologies. A Sudanese NGO called Sudia has set up a reporting system along nomadic routes in Sudan. Sudia trained a network of key informants along the routes to send weekly reports via text message on key information about conflict incidents and peace agreements. The reports are received by a central system that semi-automatically classifies them. Sudia staff then verify the reports and send a summary to each key informant in 3 text messages. Sudia also produces monthly reports that it sends to national and international actors. The system has supported both community responses to incidents along the nomadic routes and a broader dialogue with authorities on the needs and challenges in these areas. This system has been running since 2012. Gachukuzi is a project of SNAP, a Burundian NGO that works in peace building. SNAP conducted a survey of young people's aspirations for the future of Burundi. Instead of having their researchers analyze the data and produce a report, SNAP decided to publish the survey data on an online interactive platform they called Gachukuzi. The platform allows anyone, even if they are not a statistician or don't know much about data, to explore the answers to the different questions, comparing groups and regions. SNAP used the Gachukuzi platform to conduct participatory analysis workshops that brought together authorities and young people to analyze the data together. This then led to developing concrete recommendations for government and civil society actors to respond to the aspirations young people expressed. Build Up was recently commissioned by UNDP Lebanon to look into how Syrian refugees and Lebanese host communities talk to each other on social media. We used a set of tools to scrape data from Twitter and Facebook, collecting 2.6 million tweets and almost 15,000 Facebook posts and comments over a 1-month data collection period. This data gave us access to new levels of information about the refugee host community conversations. It also allowed us to visualize the conversations in new ways, understanding that there are different bubbles or networks of people talking to each other that don't necessarily talk to people in other networks. This information, brought together, gave us a rich understanding of how conversations are happening, which has helped to inform UNDP Lebanon's social cohesion strategy. Now, these are just 3 examples and an overview of how you could use data technologies towards your peace-building objectives. How could you gather, analyze, or visualize data differently in your work? And how could this contribute to furthering connection, inclusion, and collaboration in your context?